Welcome back to my channel today. Today we are gonna be budgeting for September, and September is a 5 paycheck month, so that means that we get to budget out for 5 weeks, and our allotted number is significantly higher. In addition, this number is higher because what we've done in the past is we've been paying extra toward our mortgage, about $1,000 a month. But we were doing the math because we did get a really good deal on our interest rate. We kind of fell into that COVID crowd where we did kind of have a lot of bidding wars and everything. But we purchased a reasonable priced home with a very low interest rate. And honestly, that money would be earning more even if we just put that money in our savings account. So we decided to pull that extra $1,000 that we were paying toward our mortgage and start allocating that towards our new house. So that's why you'll see here that this is a lot higher than previously, but I'm super excited to be allocating this money with you guys and showing you guys basically how I budget on a monthly basis and how I prioritize different categories. So if you haven't been to my channel for long, you'll know that our priorities, my husband and I's priorities for our budget is obviously paying off our bills and increasing our savings significantly. But on top of that, we do like to travel a lot. So we do put a lot of money towards our travel. But we think it's okay because we're still kind of following a very simple rule of not overspending. And this way of budgeting and cash stuffing and unstaffing has really helped us making sure that we don't overspend significantly. I feel like in the past, we kind of quote unquote set aside a budget, but like we would then be like, okay, let's just spend whatever. And then at the end of the month, we come back and we would have like no savings at all. So we decided to do it this way to make sure that we would have savings, but then we're also allocating the right amount of money towards our fund, basically. So let's go ahead and get started. So this is my budgeting, sheet that I use for Excel, which everything is kind of already automatically added when I input numbers here. So what we're going to get started with is actually our new house fund and emergency fund, and the reason is because, like I said, we do have to allocate at least $1,000 in here, but I want to make sure that I allocate a little bit more, obviously, because we used to allocate money here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do approximately $2,000 here, I'm thinking. So that would be 400. You know what? Actually, because we're already putting the extra 1,000, I'm gonna go back to 500 for new house right now. So we're gonna do 300 a week that we'll be putting toward new house, which I think is still a significant improvement. So I'm not really worried about that. And the emergency fund, I do like to put about, $1,000 in there a month right now. And until we can get to about 6 months, which for me, I was calculating, my goal is around 3,600. Then we would be good to go, and we can, kind of focus on other areas if we needed to. Next, we're gonna focus on our trips. So our friend trips is over now, and we were able to spend less in this budget. So we're gonna move some of that budget out to the other areas. So next month when we budget, you'll see that kind of shown. But in the meantime, for our anniversary trip, we do need to save still significantly for this trip. So I will be allocating $2,000 this month for this trip because we do have the extra paycheck and the money. This may seem quite kind of like hard, like really moving it towards it and not having much money left over for the month, but that's okay right now because again, we put enough money into our savings and now we're focusing on our trips, and then we'll move to our spending, and then whatever money we've left we'll allocate to the other areas. For our Asia trip, I also want to save a significant amount here. So let's do right now just 200 each week, so 1,000 for the month, and leave it at that for these 2 trips and see where it takes us. If we have extra money, we'll come back. If we don't, we can move out from here. So now that we've allocated our couple important categories, we have $3,400 left. So now I'm actually gonna focus on bills, and so we'll start with utilities, where we'll put about $100 into each week for the first 4 weeks, and that's how much we put in. Next, for gym, we're gonna put $10 in here, only for the first 4 weeks. For car insurance, our insurance, I was able to get a lower quote, and we are making the switch, but let's go ahead and put, I'm trying to think. I think we still need about $200 a month, so let's go ahead and put $200 a month in here. Retirement, we do put $1,000 a month away for our Roth, and then our Terminex service comes every 3 months on a quarterly basis. They'll be coming in October. So let's go ahead and save $100 for that. Actually, I think our Terminex is a lot lower than that. I was able to bring down the rate. But let's go ahead and just put 100 just to make sure we have enough money. And then for phone bill, so again, I mentioned during my cash unstuffing, my husband and I both have Mint Mobile. And for Mint Mobile, it's approximately $280 a year for each of us. So that's about $600. So in order to make sure we have enough money for that, we do have to save about $50 a month, which is actually nothing. So what we'll do here is, let's just put $10 and save $50. And then later on, when we don't have some of these trip expenses, we can always save a little bit more if we need to. Okay, so that's all for our bills binder, and now we need to focus on our groceries, date night and stuff. So for personal and my hubby's personal, we always put in $20 a week in here. And this is like if we want to do something ourselves or want to spend some money on each other, this is where we'll pull from. And then we'll also put in $20 a week for date night in case we want to go to the movies or something. For gas this month, we are going to save about $10 a week for this because we do plan on driving a little bit, so we will need the gas. And then eating out, for eating out, I feel like I've been under saving and overspending. So I'm going to increase the budget up a little bit just so we can allocate the right amount. I'm actually going to be putting in $400 a month now. So this is going to be reflected in here. And then for groceries, I'm still going to keep it low. And what my husband and I decided is we're really going to eat out of our freezers. And really not spend anything, because I say that all the time, but I would still go out and buy stuff, but now I'm really not gonna spend anything, so we're gonna keep it at about $240 a month still. And the reason is because we do have a CSA still, and we do have to pay for that, even though it's really great produce and eggs, and it does cover most of our groceries, honestly. But you know what? Since this is a 5-week month, I will put 300, so that way we can hopefully add some to our grocery buffer, because we also haven't been able to do that in the past few months. Okay, so now we have $560 left to allocate, and what I do now is I do like to put $5 into the baby binder. $5 into each category of the baby binder. But I think this is okay. So this $250 right here. So next, so we have $310. So this is how I then budget. I look at the other categories that I haven't stuffed at all and decide what is a priority for me. So right now, I'm not spending too much money on the business, so I'm okay just leaving it as is. And then let's go ahead and focus on this area right here. So for birthdays, my husband's parents' birthdays are coming up, and we need to save about $200 for that. So now that we have some money, let's go ahead and save up $100 maybe this month. It is in October, November. So let me think about it. Let's put 20 for now. If we need money, we can pull from there. Holidays, including like Christmas and stuff. I have not decided what we're putting in. Okay, what we do need to save for is membership, because my Amazon membership is coming up this month, and then also my credit card that we pay for. Our membership is coming up next in September as well. In total, it comes to about $250. Oh, okay, so it's a lot lower than I expected. So let's go ahead and put $10 into this so that we can cover that, which is not bad actually. Next is, so we have $160 left. Clothes we're not really spending. Toiletries we're not spending. Health and wellness not really. Yard work not really. Self-care we'll leave as is for now. For gifts, I'm gonna increase this a little bit by about $10 a week, right, for this month. Because I am going back to China to visit family, so I'd like to buy them some gifts. And then holidays, let's go ahead and add, $60 to our holidays fund. So now let's go ahead and see, we have $50 left that we can allocate to. I want to say I want to do car maintenance, but I'm going to look through here and see if I want to focus on anything. So home maintenance, we haven't really been spending much on. Nothing here. So let's go ahead and allocate the remainder 50 to car maintenance, because we do need to buy new tires, so we are saving for that. Luckily, we barely drive this car, so it's not like we need it immediately, but it would be good to have the money saved up. And then next month we can focus a little bit more on these categories, because the holiday season is coming up, so I do like to kind of spend a little bit more on donations. But yeah, okay. So and when we're done budgeting, we see here that we're at 8,900, and our difference is 0. So that means we budget every single penny of our budget. Now we're gonna go through and look at denominations. These are from last month still, so we just have to make sure they're correct. They're changed. So we've got 3, and I like to put these in 20s. So that's 3, 4, 7, 8, 9, 10, 20s, and 110. And I think everything was the same this month. So that's right. Next, so for buffer, it's always 0 because we pull from whatever we have left over. This one, we have 3 100s, and then 3 20s and 2 10s. And again, it's the same for the first 4 weeks. And then here we have 2 100s, 3 20s and 1 10. And we know it's correct because this number here should match here. So I've made a lot of like internal error checks because I feel like I always make these errors. So we have 120 and 3 10s here. Nope, 4. And see, do you see how like I know it's wrong? Because I type in 1 and we have 4 10s. So now it's 60 and 60, so it matches. So we have 120 and 4 10s as well. So actually this is the same across. Okay, and then here we've got 2 20s and 3 10s. Okay. So now we're gonna move forward here. And we have 5 100s. And that's it. So I do have to zero out these. But now it's correct. And then here we've got 600, 600, 600, 600, 600. Okay, that's correct. And here we actually am not budgeting anything for this folder this week. And then it's 10 5s across the board. And how we know this is correct is also 8910 is how much we got for the denominations. And if you look here, 8900. Okay, so now we know it's wrong because that says 8900 and this is 8910. So somewhere we messed up, so we gotta look. So this is all 50s, that's correct. 600s, 500s here. And this is why I have these checks, guys. Okay, so now this should be right. So let's go 8900. Okay. So yeah, that's the end of my budgeting. I hope this made sense. If you have any questions about this spreadsheet, feel free to let me know. Again, I created this and then I implemented kind of internal error checks in there to make sure that I did everything correctly. So now what we'll do is we'll take these numbers that we need for denominations every week and then take that to the bank and get these numbers and stuff that every week. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this and come along on my journey with me as we continue to stuff toward our dreams and traveling and new house and everything and potentially a baby. So I hope you guys have a great rest of your day and week, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.